Hey, what's up, Jason?
What's up, man?
All right. So they're going to have these youth corps going around, inspecting people's homes. Now, like you know how the Humane Society, like when they raid like a puppy mill, they always do it with the sheriff's department. Are they going to enforce it with the sheriffs, or are they going to create like a new bureaucracy of enforcement?
I'm not sure. That's a good question. I mean,
Are they going to bring in the Boy Scouts, Jason?
They could bring in the Boy Scouts.
Oh,
look, the bottom line is,
sweet.
It doesn't have to just be the service corps. They're going to give it to international poor communities. They're going to make it cool for lower income families to narc out other families and how they're living, and then tattletale on their neighbor and saying, oh, they're not living sustainable enough. Basically creating new projects for narcs. But instead of narking on drug dealers, they're going to be narking on somebody with 3 bags of garbage. Eric, I thank you for the call. We're going to go to Lenny, Mark, and others. Alex Jones coming up. It's the Infowarrior with Jason Bermas, prisonplanet.tv, Infowars.com. All right, folks, we are back. And I'm just going to go through as many callers as I can in this segment and see if Alex is going to come in the next one. More than likely, we're going to play the Michelle Bachmann clip. And we also have so many. I noticed that the proponents of this were also talking about world citizenship. This is about world citizenship. And this is about world citizenship. This is about taxing the globe, everybody, for being here. You're seriously not even, I mean, talk about dehumanizing. They're literally telling you that you have to pay the mafia to breathe, to have a barbecue, to drive a car, to live in a home, to mow your grass, to water your lawn. Lenny in New York. Lenny, you're on the line. Yes, sir. We drop Lenny or what? Let's go to Mark in Oregon. Mark, you're up.
Good evening, Jason.
How you doing?
All right. Jason, how about sending me back to the dugout, because I don't have a question related to your current topic of discussion at the moment. I'm sure I'll get filled in by you.
All right, I'll bring you up in the second hour there, Mark. Daniel, New Jersey, what do you think about this 2454?
How are you?
Good.
I'm assuming you've read Daniel Esterlin's book, The Truth About the Bilderberg Group?
Not the entire thing, but yeah, I've been through it, sure.
Oh, okay. Well, you were just talking, 2 minutes ago about global citizenship and, all this stuff with the climate.
That's what they're talking about right now on the floor. You're talking like a citizen of America. We've got to be concerned about global citizenship and world citizenship. And then you read these bills, and they expect that the United States of America is supposed to cut their carbon by 40 to 60% in less than 10 years. And
it's impossible and it's intractable.
Yeah, unless they kill a bunch of us, bro. Unless they kill a bunch of us, or they bulldoze cities like they're openly talking about. If enough people take this piggy flu shot and give in to pandemonium, they reported in the LA Times today that 1 million people in the United States have contracted the pig flu. Can that be the biggest lie I've ever heard in my life? Do you really think 1 million people have it? But the media just puts it out there.
Yeah, it must be true.
What else you got for me, man?
Well, back to Daniel Esterlin's book.
Sure.
Just a quick thing on it. I'm, a conservationist. I'm very pro-environment. But this global warming thing, I mean, if you just take a basic look from history, yes, we are hurting the environment. We do need to be more conservation-minded, but not as crazy as they're talking. Like, if
I agree with you.
No, I agree with you. In the Middle Ages, actually. In the Middle Ages, like 1100-ish, we did have kind of a warm spike. And then from like the 1500s to the 1800s, we had a cold spike. The environment, the global environment will do that. But what I'm saying is, you talked about, global government, and outside the global government thing, what Daniel Esterlin talked about in his book was how they're going to use, climate crisis, engineered crises like this, and they're going to put these caps that they're going to put on the United States, and they're going to put it on third world countries. That's going to prevent them from developing, prevent them from possibly catching up to the first world. And then what they're going to do with that is, scrolling through your articles, The Idiot's Guide to the Population Reduction on Prison Planet.
Sure.
What they're going to do is then, if those third world countries can't develop, not going to be able to get any food, Kissinger's primary weapon in that 1974 document, they're going to use food against it. So eventually it's just, this horrible, horrible cycle of, just keeping those people down. So
but let me also say this. They're not going to let us maintain our first world status either. We're going to go down to a second world status. We're already well on our way, a lot of people are selfish out there. Let's just be honest. They're thinking about theirs and their family. Well, unfortunately, you're screwed, folks. This nation is not going to be a first world nation for much longer if this goes through. If we pass this, listen, the dollar's dumping. The Canadian dollar, the loonie, is going down. Peso's not being touched. This is a great excuse for a North American Union. This is a great excuse for the plans of the SPP to have 4 major superhighways gut the country, go through. Right now, think about it. Chrysler, where does it? It's a North American company now. We've got 2 big plants in Canada, and we got 1 in Mexico. We need roots. And they're going to do that with the rest of the car industry as well. But the car industry is going to be under this new bill, so they're barely going to hire anybody. And then people are going to have to get rid of their cars. Their homes are going to be taken away. You have no idea. You just wait. And like I said, they're not just going to forgive your mortgage. That's not how it's going to roll. When the economy gets out of control and the dollar's truly collapsed and all of a sudden you can have buckets of dollars, they're not just going to let you pay off your house. You'll have to pay in a new currency. This is about control for them. While Bernanke sits up there and smirks and says, we're very transparent. Look on our website. If we were to pass that bill, the dollar would collapse, and so would the economy. It would be disastrous. Congress would essentially take over. We'll be back after this. It's the Infowarrior with Jason Bermas, prisonplanet.tv, Infowars.com.